Think of a CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technique as nanoscissors. Put some of these nanoscissors into a cell, they may cut in the gene defects you want to alter, which can be replaced by a properly functioning gene segment, but the nanoscissors can also cut the gene somewhat unpredictable fashion. This could change the function of a gene responsible for keeping a cell from becoming cancerous or causing other diseases. Until we know the full consequences of gene editing, it would be a huge mistake to use it to modify the germline. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ahmed Al-Naga. I should be your opposition leader for today. I loved how the Prime Minister started the debate by defining how we know all about the germline and we know all about how we understand the genome perfectly and how most genetic diseases are generated by one single cell. But I have a huge question. How much do we actually know about the genome? Genetic complexity of us is the product of centuries of natural selection and carries genetic information from the beginning of life, and again that we know all of that. We know how they are all integrated into the single gene that we are deciding we want to manipulate or improve. Many of the scenarios being discussed aren't about being correcting a disorder caused by misspelling of a single gene. For that, pre-implementation genetic diagnosis already offers a practical and much less ethically challenging option for most couples seeking to avoid the birth of a child with a serious genetic disorder. Instead, physicians dream about changing traits that someone decides could be improved, such as intelligence, height, risk, or some of the common chronic illnesses. All of those complexes are all of the complex multi-gene situations in which the environment plays critical roles, and no single genetic change would be expected to have much benefit. Those who support gene editing often describe it as a molecular scissor. They cut out the harmful DNA sequence of a chromosome and then edit out the disease. This sometimes uses the image of a red pen or undo function on a computer, only applied to the book of life. These images make the gene editing process seem easier. They seem cleaner than they really is. They assume control over germline we have not yet mastered. This reinforces the hype and the gloss over the potential of off-target edits, which can create unintended mutations in the genome that we cannot afford at this current point. And ladies and gentlemen, let me stop you here. I'm not being retrospective. I'm just claiming that we need to understand more before this. We're not saying that the genetic manipulation is bad for us. Absolutely, genetic manipulation might be the future of medicine, might be the future of improvement of humanity. But claiming that at this current moment we can legalize it because we understand it is completely ununderstandable. To my second point. People go through laws and how we're going to legalize it and regulate it and understand it. However, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world where the money is the controller, and where there is demand for genetic manipulation or genetic enhancement, there is the drive for money people. And money marries politics, money will have its ways to reach these goals. Let me connect back that to the motion. Genetic manipulation might be, again, as I said before, might be the future of medicine, and might be the future of what's going to go next, and might be the main demand of any improvement in the upcoming life for everyone. So we have a demand, we have legalities that regulate this demand, and we have people who want to profit out of this demand. So what happens next? People, money makers will exploit this rules. They will start exploiting the rich. They start pushing away the poor. How would that happen? We're seeing it already in so many pharmaceutical industries. They create patents, they research for hepatitis and cancer. They already have results that we know for sure can improve the life of people. But because of the rules of the patents, for example, that lasts for 25 years, we're still at the current moment, we're still struggling with cancer and we're struggling with hepatitis. Again, we're no thank you. Next, moving on back. Again, and let's give you another example of how the demand and how the money makers, if they want to manipulate the rules, they get to. Lately in America, we've seen a new direction where cannabis-based medicine has been being legalized and being accepted more into America because people who are rich, people who want to benefit from the cannabis, they want to put it into the market, and people could use it in domestic use. And we all know how much of a customer depth on the ethical level and for the domestic use. So this is how the money makers can exploit the rules, can exploit the laws, and create the laws created to regulate genetic manipulations, exploiting the rich and pushing away the poor, because the poor will never ever be able to reach it. And this point will be further underlined by my Deputy Prime Minister. For my third point, how the application of germline manipulation will change our view of the value of a human life. A very important question here is, if the genomes are being altered to suit the parents' preferences, do children become more like commodities than precious gifts? I hope we're trying to control even more tightly who their children will become. Parenting already involves so many significant amount of choices and so many significant amount of responsibility, but it also involves learning how to relinquish control and accept the person that the child is going to become. And this, ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like to connect it back to the motion. We're not saying this is exactly what's going to happen at the current moment, but this will happen later on. If you start legalizing it for genetic improvement, it will have genetic modulation, but then it will move on to genetic enhancement, and this is where my points come to place. Again, are we ready to the current moment to change our one of the most important segments of humanity, which is the parent and the child relationship? Are we going to give the parents more control over who the children are, and change the life of the parent and change the life of the children and changing the understanding of our humanity? I don't think we're ready yet. For my fourth point and my last point for this debate, I would like to talk about a point that we all saw coming, which is religion. I would like to start with understanding that, example, religion, Buddhism, people believe in karma, and what they want to do in life will affect you to the next. Buddhists believe that the state of our bodies and our nervous systems affect our minds. Therefore, this is why karma-based ethics insist on the purity of our bodies or minds so that we'll be able to spiritually move forward. So some Buddhists say that genetic engineering is against the religion, and it takes away the aspect of karma and one's spiritual journey and should not be practiced. This is the direction of religion. So again, to put that all into context, again, like what happens in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and what happens with artificial intelligence, and what could happen with so much more, we're playing with something that we do not know. This does not mean that this is wrong. This does not mean that the science itself is faulty. This means that we do not know enough to control the science. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. Thank you so much.